hey man, aren't you that dude Jing Yang from that show Silicon Valley? And I was like, thanks. Thank you. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I am. And then they're like, oh, I didn't even know you speak English in real life. I'm like, it's called acting, motherfucker. You guys that haven't been following the news, Hong Kong is a part of Japan. I'm joking, obviously. But I said the same shit in Kansas City, and people were like, really? Wow, we learned something new today, Bill. I was still using Tinder up until like a year ago. This is a true story. But now I realize I got a whole new set of issues on Tinder. Like now when I do match with a girl, she doesn't believe that it's me. Like, that's not you. You're not that guy from this thing and that thing. I'm like, who the is using me as a fake profile? You gotta dig real deep to use me, man. I feel like there's so many better choices out there. So much pressure to represent. I gotta be a good Asian everywhere now. I gotta tip everywhere I go. That was one of the major advantages of being Asian, is I can just pretend I don't know how to tip. Y'all know what a Chinese tip is? Chinese tip, it doesn't matter how big your bill is, you tip $2. That's a Chinese.
What's the difference between baseball and politics?
What?
In baseball, you're out if you get caught stealing.
That's not that bad of a joke.
I think it's bad because it's too complicated and too...
It's like trying too hard on a real hacky thing.
Yeah, it's trying to be smart, but actually ends up being dumb.
Yeah, all right. How do you get a comedian and get off your porch?
How?
Get him free pizza.
What?
Pay for the pizza. Can't even do a bad joke, right?
They probably should have told you that this requires basic reading skills.
Yeah, which I do not have.
If you want to borrow a quarter at school, who do you ask?
Who?
The exchange students.
That's good. I appreciate that, Joe, because for your show, Ronnie Chang.
International student.
International student.
Thanks for the plug.
You got it. Oh, this is good. Time is a great healer. Want to know what it isn't?
What?
A great beautician. It doesn't...
Bad.
I've seen enough Hollywood movies to know that ghosts only haunt rich people's houses in the suburbs, preferably with a newborn baby. Because they got way too much to lose. Shit is high stakes. I live by myself. I ain't got nothing to lose. A ghost come haunt me, I just move. I don't want to buy a house. I live by myself. And I'm scared of ghosts. I've seen enough movies to know that ghosts only haunt houses. Not one-bedroom apartments. I learned how to speak English by watching a lot of TV. Mainly BET Rap City. Because that was my shit. I want to be cool, and nothing cooler than BET Rap City, right? Every music video was a slice of somebody's American dream. The first music video I saw was Jay-Z's Big Pimpin'. You guys remember that shit? Jay-Z's Big Pimpin' was the greatest music video of all time. It's Jay-Z and his boys on a yacht pouring champagne on this beautiful woman's face for like 4 minutes. I was like, this is America? It's amazing. Just 3 years ago, there was a movie called The Great Wall, starring Matt Damon. It was a real movie. It was Matt Damon in ancient China fighting dragons and shit, and everybody spoke English. It's like, what the is this? But you gotta understand, I'm not mad at Matt Damon, okay? He's an actor. That's what he does for a living. That's how he gets a check. I get it. I get it. If somebody would have offered me a lead role in a movie called Mount Rushmore, I'll play the out of George Washington, you know what I mean? Yeah. No shame in my game. I don't even like going to Chinese restaurants with some of my friends anymore, because this is what they do to me every time. They're like, Jimmy, you speak Chinese? You speak Chinese? Yeah. Order in Chinese, bro. They're gonna hook it up. Order in Chinese? Bro, order in Chinese, bro. I'm like, bro, we're at Panda Express. There's so much pressure, man. Now I feel like every time I have sex, there's a billion Chinese people on my back just judging me. I gotta make sure I perform and represent, you know? I gotta give him an extra puff on my uncle in Shanghai. an extra pump for my nephew in Hong Kong. And it's like, oh my God. That's why you see old Asian people, they be walking like this, just like. It's so much pressure. This one girl said this shit that was so disrespectful. This is what she said to me after we hooked up. She was like, Jimmy, I'm just glad the stereotype's not true. You don't have a small penis. And I'm like, you understand? You just insulted my entire race of people. But thank you. I see a lot of people out here in the streets, they want to come up to me, but they're not really sure. There's a lot of debate amongst their friends. They're like, hey man, are you sure that's him? If we go up there, we gotta be sure. Because if we go up there and it's not him, we're gonna look super racist. Are you sure that's not Ken Jeong? I don't know, looks kind of like Ali Wong, I don't know. As an Asian American, a lot of times people see you as Asian before they ever see you as American. Even still till today, whenever I tell people I'm from Hong Kong, this is always the first thing they say. They're like, oh yeah? You from Hong Kong? Yeah, dude, from Hong Kong, yeah? Ni hao. Like, do you think that's impressive or something? I don't understand the mindset behind that. You coming up to me to say ni hao, it's like me coming up to you guys after the show. I'm like, oh, you guys from here? Yeah, y'all from here? Hi. It's not impressive. It's annoying. It's stupid. I understand that in real life, I'm like super good looking. If you're into anime. You gotta get in where you fit in, people. One time I went over to the girl's house. She has this like Naruto anime poster in her bedroom. I knew I was that night. You gotta know your demo, people. Everybody should have average until proven guilty. I don't care how tall you are, what ethnicity you are, how big your hands are. Everybody should start at average 8 inches. And we go from there. My real name is not even Jimmy, that's my English name. My real name is Man Xing, in Cantonese Man Sing. It stands for 10,000 success. Yeah. I had very ambitious parents. And now I'm telling dick jokes and doing Tai Chi on stage, so. Jimmy was just kind of like an arbitrary English name that just sounded easy. And my dad, he named himself Richard. I was like, Dad, why'd you name yourself Richard? He was like, because I want to be rich. It makes so much sense. What you gotta do to do Tai Chi is pretend you're wiping down a window and getting a blowjob at the same time. You guys seem skeptical. Allow me to demonstrate. It's very simple. All you gotta do, you get in your little stance, right? Okay? And then you wipe down a window, and now you get a blowjob. And then you lift her head up because you're a gentleman, you know? That's Tai Chi. And first of all, all Asian people, they don't watch TV, they judge the TV. This is like, I'm just sitting next to my dad on the couch, and he's wearing his like old Asian man costume, which is just a wife beater and tidy whities. He's just sitting there, arms folded, judging the TV like. He just makes random noises around the house. Now whenever he sneezes, it's never just a sneeze. It's like a whole tsunami of sound waves that comes after. It's just like, achoo, oh, ay, shit, oh. I'm like, what the fuck, did I just have an orgasm? What was that? I just want to see more Asian people out there doing their thing. Don't listen to your Asian parents. Go pursue your dreams. You know what I mean? Go do your thing, man. I just want to see more Asian brothers and sisters on TV. This one kid in Kansas City came up to me after the show. Very nice kid. This is what he said. He was like, Jimmy, thought you were really funny, man. I don't mean to offend you. That's when you know you're about to get offended. Like, I don't mean to offend you, but when I first saw your poster, I thought you were gonna play the violin. I was like, I do, motherfucker, just not right now. My parents were way too cheap to send me to Kumon. They got a different strategy. They never let me use a calculator until I turned 15, so I can work on my brain function. That's an old school Chinese strategy. You know, so when I turned 15, it was a very special occasion. It was basically my quinceañera. My dad just gave me a TI 83 plus. And he looked me in the eyes, and he was like, you're a woman now, okay? Dad would take me to every practice, every tournament game, and he always tried to give me a pep talk before every game. But you know, Asian parents, they're way too honest. So every pep talk just turned into an insult. Like, he would come up to me and be like, Jimmy, you're going to play well, okay? Even though you're slow, even though you're weak, and you suck. And then he would just walk away. Jimmy, you gotta eat organic, man. Those regular stuff you eat, they have growth hormones in them. It's gonna kill you. I'm like, really? Growth hormones? Wait a minute, you trying to tell me I've been eating growth hormones all my life and I'm still 5'5" and I shop at Gap Kids? A lot of Asian people coming up to me, very proud, very nice. They're like, Jimmy, thank you for representing the Asians, man. I'm like, hey, you're welcome. But you do understand it's not really a choice, right? Like when you wake up Asian, you can only represent Asians. I was still using Tinder up until like a year ago. This is a true story. But now I realize I got a whole new set of issues on Tinder. Like now when I do match with a girl, she doesn't believe that it's me. Like, that's not you. You're not that guy from this thing and that thing. I'm like, who the is using me as a fake profile? After I hooked up with this one girl, this is what she said to me. She was like, Jimmy, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're the first Asian guy I've ever been with. I'm like, okay. What do you want, a fortune cookie? Like, what? HGTV is just basically MTV Cribs for adults. Because when you're 15, you're crazy at dreams, you know? You watch MTV Cribs and you're like, oh man, one day I hope I can have a Lamborghini. One day I hope I can have a fridge with only Gatorades. And now you're like 35, your dreams just get a little more realistic. You're watching HGTV and you're just like, oh man, one day I wish I could just fix this roof. I took a tall girl to this concert. I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently tall people have fun at concerts. Are you guys aware of that? I'm 5'5". I just go to concerts to smell other people's armpits. Like, what? The white actor does a British accent, he's a thespian. He wins an Oscar. If I do a Chinese accent, I'm automatically from the old country. Representation matters, man. 3 years ago, there was a movie called The Great Wall, starring Matt Damon. If somebody would have offered me a lead role in a movie called Mount Rushmore, I would play the shit out of George. I rap a long time, I'm like, oh man, NWA, this is awesome. Yeah, turn it up, bro. Yeah, fuck the police, coming straight from the underground. A young Nick. Shit. Hey, look, Latrell. Is it cool for me to say the N-word if it's just in a song, man? And he said, what the hell you think? Is it cool for me to call you a Chang Chong rice eating motherfucker? And I'm like, yeah, if you can find that in a song.